to me, a well-read book is a huge thank you to the artist and the writer and everyone involved, because it says this book was read, this book was appreciated, this book is loved. I'm going to pop a blood vessel in my eye. I know it. Can you please, for the love of God, move on to the other news?
Have you all heard about the CGC scam going on?
No.
Yes, I was
No,
reading up on it.
I've heard a bit.
Apparently, some scammers have been opening CGC books and then replacing the book with a different copy.
Wow.
One book they actually found, and it was a Hulk 181 $10,000 version. It was replaced with a $7,000 version.
Wow.
And I guess there's a, what is it, Spider-Man 252 that's like extremely expensive.
Right.
And that was replaced with a standard print version.
Wow.
You mean a Mark Jewelers?
That might be it. Yeah. CGC did an announcement this week explaining what was going on. It sounds like that they were using like a heat gun to bypass.
The
pop.
I was doing was they take them out, they keep the serial number on it, they take the cheaper version, and they do something that, like, it's a cheaper version, like they'll get a $25,000 comic appraised, then they get in another copy of the same one, but it's something that's worth less as far as grade wise goes, but it has like one of those little flyers or some additional thing in it, and they'll say, oh, you didn't see this part when you were doing the initial grade, you didn't put it on the thing. They send that one back in, like you were saying, and then they go through, and a lot of times they don't check very close. They just say, oh, yep, there it is, and mark it, reseal it for them with the same serial number from the prior one, and then they take the one that was in the earlier one, send it in, and get that one graded again, because there's no way to identify each individual comic book for them. They have to go by the serial numbers, but they're reusing the same serial numbers.
Some kind of trickery going on.
They've also found people who've been doing the same things with coins and other collectibles too. So they're thinking this is up in the thousands at least. There are people who've been doing this for years.
I have a few slapped comics, but I'm not a person who sends them out. I picked them up on the.
Never did it
in the wild like that.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Oh, I did it once, and it took 9 months to get my book back.
No, thank you.
It was crazy. I was just like, hey, you could have a kid.
I don't like that somebody else can tell me how important a book is.
That too.
Yeah, to me, I think that has contributed to a downfall in the market, because you're looking for someone else's judgment. To me, a well-read book is a huge thank you to the artist and the writer and everyone involved, because it says this book was read, this book was appreciated, this book is loved. To me, that's, I think, because let's be real here, comic books are a collection. You are collecting. But there's a thing of being a fan. You're collecting because you love the story, because you love the character, you love the work, and then you're collecting because you want to sell it. So in that regard, you are a salesman. You're a comic book salesman. Which is fine. You paid the money. You can do whatever you want. It's your property now. But they're two separate people. It's two sides of the same coin. And I don't know. I just think CDC has kind of mucked things up, because now it's like, okay, so if I've decided I wanted to sell this book, it doesn't matter that I have all the creators signing it. If it's got a couple of goddamn wrinkles, suddenly it's worth less. I'm like, excuse me. Like I'll never understand. Like, you have some people, they'll have like parts on the book. Like, I want you to sign right here. And I'm just like, does it matter? Like no, I've put out I'm like, why? Why is this a thing?
I think as far as the collecting goes, though, you're going to find the same on the collector's side of it, where it's like they don't care if it's in a slab or not. They see that it has all 4 collectors. But another thing is, some people like to go out and get them signed themselves. Like, I wouldn't buy you a signed comic unless the person was dead, because you would rather go and have it actually autographed yourself.
Right. Now that makes sense. You know, it's like for me, if I knew of a first appearance that I found at good price and I knew it would make one of you really happy and it's not going to break my metaphorical piggy bank, okay, I'll eat that cost if it's going to make y'all happy, you know. But I don't know. I've never really been one that's like, oh, I have to have this near mint 1 in 1,000th version. I'm like, okay, like, and I trust me, I have like a Killing Joke that's one of the original runs. You know, it cost me like $100, but it's the Killing Joke. You know, like there are some books you shell out the money for a good variant. You know, I think the only first appearance I own that I shelled out both enough to get signed was New Mutants 97. The first appearance of Deadpool.
98, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, 98. Thank you. Yeah, 98.
No worries.
Yeah, and that's the only one I have signed by Fabian and Rob Liefeld.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's the only one that I'm like, that's my first appearance. Everything else is just coincidentally, it's a first appearance. Because again, Jar, you see this with the market. Anytime a new character debuts, they show up in a new movie, that first appearance goes way up.
It really does. It's fantastic. And then if the movie tanks or something, the book drops in value
way down.
Then, but if it stays where, like Deadpool, that one's like you're nice for a while.
Pretty much.
Never is going down below. I think for like a near mint, whatever, blah blah blah. They're like asking somewhere around 1,200, something like that. So
right.
You know, and it'll never go below that.
No, but yeah, so it is what it is.
In my opinion.
No, I get it, and then trust me, if I ever decide to sell any of my collection, you're my guy. I'd be like, I need help. And Jar would be like,
I've been out of the loop for a little while, so I'd have to brush up on my skills.
It's all right. It's like riding a bike, except you're selling comics.
I'm waiting the next. I did a huge binge, like, I don't know, however many months ago, and then like my next binge isn't until like 60. So I got about 20 years.
I have faith in you, buddy. All right.
Excelsior!